YouTube was It's your boy Zeb back with another banger. In this video, the WBC tells Dmitry Bivol that he must fight David Benavidez next. Let's get it. This is a super fight, and I'm excited that this fight is going to happen next. He's going to fight Benavidez a third time, but it's going to be after he beat David. Well, he did fight David. After he fights David, then he's going to fight Benavidez again. But like I said, it's a super fight. Russia versus Mexico. This fight gonna be reminiscent of Triple G versus Canelo. It's gonna be a war. Um, Obviously they're both mixed, right? Bivol look more Asian than Russian, right? He half Korean. Um, Benavidez half Mexican, half Ecuadorian. So he's fully Hispanic, no matter what you say. But it's gonna be an interesting clash of styles. David is the bigger, stronger man, obviously. Even when you look at the pictures they took together, um, David is the bigger man. And it's even said that David gave Bivol work in sparring. They say David gave Bivol work in sparring. Um, but who knows how serious that was? You feel me? We know Bivol is the more skilled, more seasoned guy who's fought higher. David Benavidez that fought some guys now. Caleb Plant, Andrade, um, what's the guy? Morrell, Fosdick. He done fought some guys. Benavidez got a hell of a resume. He been kicking you know what and taking names. I like Benavidez. Um, but Bivol got a hell of a roster as well. I think Bivol beat Anthony Yard. I think he beat Zerto. I think he beat Gilberto Zerto Ramirez. He beat Beterbiev. So these dudes both got some hella fire resumes. The only difference is Bivol didn't beat world class 75 pounders. Benavidez is only beating one world class 75 pounder, and that's Morrell. So he's tested, but he's not as tested as Bivol. Bivol beat the cream de la creme at 75. You feel me? So, and Bivol beat the guy that Benavidez wants in Canelo. So both this is gonna be a good fight, right? This is a historical match when these guys fight. Um, I think the fight is gonna be extremely competitive, close to 50-50, right? 55-45 type of fight, close to 50-50. I think Bivol gonna take a lot of the early rounds because usually the boxers come out to an early lead, right, with the movement, the jabbing, scoring points, clinching. Usually in the early rounds, boxers usually win the early rounds. I think David Benavidez, his pressure gonna get him a lot of the middle rounds when Bivol run out of juice, when Bivol decide to stand more still. I think Benavidez is gonna secure a lot of the middle rounds. I think David gonna secure a lot of the middle rounds, and I think the late round is gonna be extremely competitive. It can go either way, but I'm favoring Bivol in those later rounds. I'm favoring Bivol because of the experience, because he just know a little bit more. Benavidez is a hell of a fight. It's not gonna be easy. It's hard to pick against him because he undefeated, right? But Bivol that fought some killers, bro. Man, I can't wait for these guys to fight. But yeah, I would have to pick Bivol by decision, bro. I would have to. Because ultimately, although Benavidez is a hell of a fighter, I think you need a better beef type of power to beat Bivol, to force him backwards. To beat Bivol, you need him going backwards for as long as possible. Because if he's going forwards, him going forwards is pretty much him circling. The more he can circle, the better. The more he can land on you without getting hit, the better. You need to be able to scare him off the line. You need him to go backwards, and you need him to not throw back. You need to be scared to beat Bivol. You need to scare him off the line. And I think Benavidez does a good job peeling the guard, but he's not gonna be able to peel Bivol guard because if he tries to, Bivol gonna punch him in his face. You feel me? So it's gonna be a very competitive fight because we know Benavidez. If you shell up in that high guard, he might frame you, then he gonna pull your guard and hit you with an uppercut or a right hand. But Bivol, he like the circle. You feel me? But he can't stay in that high. If he stay in that high guard, Benavidez gonna pick him apart, right? But if he start boxing, Benavidez is gonna have a hell of a time getting against him. But the reason I pick Bivol is because I don't think Benavidez possesses the amount of power to push him back for as long as possible. Does he have a lot of volume and aggression? Yes. But does he have the circling ability and the ability to box in the middle of the ring? Can he beat Bivol in the middle of the ring? I don't think so. So I think Bivol just gonna beat him by controlling the line and controlling the space. But the WBC, I respect that they enforcing this mandatory, but they didn't enforce Canelo's mandatory. They didn't enforce the mandatory. David Benavidez was the WBC mandatory for Canelo before Bivol, and they never enforced it like this, talking about fight him or else. They never told Canelo that. we gonna strip you or something like that. But they choosing to do that to Bivol, and I really feel like they picking and choosing who they enforce their mandatories on, because they didn't do this to Canelo. They wasn't like fight him or next or else. They wasn't like fight David next or else. They didn't tell that to Canelo. Canelo was picking and choosing forever, and I really feel like the WBC saw for that. If you gonna do this, be like the IBF. The IBF gonna do it to whoever, regardless. The IBF took Terrence Crawford belt. They took Usyk belt. Um, and they were about to take Benavidez belt, but they let him keep it. So I don't know why they let him keep that belt. That was kind of weird, but I'll give them credit for this time for enforcing this mandatory. But it don't make them look like they super cool because of what they did in the past. But I respect it for now, right? I respect it for now. But if they're gonna do this to one person, do it to everybody. Keep that same energy. But I can't wait for this fight to happen. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Till next time.